So today we're going to take a look at this double hot plate. So I've been sent this by Cusimax in exchange for a review, and I'm really glad that they sent it to me because my son's about to move into student accommodation for university, and inside his accommodation he only has a microwave facility and a kettle. So he didn't have any cooking facility, so this came at the right time. So why don't we take it over to my kitchen area, get it unboxed, let's put it through its paces and see what we actually get with it and see how it performs. Okay, so we've got this unboxed now. You can see the overall physical size of it there, just to give you an idea. Let me just give you a measurement. So it looks approximately 18 inches in length by around 11 inches in width. So that'll be important if you're looking at putting it in a small area. It has two burners. These are cast iron tops. You have a larger one and you have the smaller one. Both very simple controls. Just simply turn it to activate it, minimum all the way to maximum. Each one of these is 2,500 watts, so they're quite fast and effective burners. So first thing we need to do is read the attention notice. It basically just warns you that when you first switch this on, you could get some smoke coming from these. That's normal because it has a protective coating around the internal appliances inside it. So it just recommends that we peel these off, and then we need to turn this on without anything on top of it and just let it smoke away and burn through the protective coating. It's the only time you should ever switch this on without any pans or anything on here. You should never leave this on and unattended. So let's just do that now. I'm going to switch it on. We'll skip past this part. I'll leave it on for 5 minutes, see how much it smokes. If there's anything significant, I will show you on the video. If not, we'll come back once that's done. Okay, so you can see this is just in the burning off stage now. This is still in that 5-minute phase. And you can see the red glowing, and there is a tiny amount of smoke on there. But as the instruction says, this is all perfectly normal. So I'm just going to leave this now for another 2 or 3 minutes. When it stops smoking, I'll let it cool down and then we'll continue the review. Okay, so we're good to go. It's now been, it's around 15 minutes for me before that stopped to smoke. So just be wary of that. There is also a couple of things I've already noticed that I think could be better, and I'll tell you all about that if you stay tuned to the end of the video. So first of all, why don't we just get a couple of pans and actually put the same amount of water into each one, and we'll see how hot these actually get. Now, I do have a digital thermometer, so we can actually test the temperatures of them as well. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn both of these on full to their maximum settings, and then we're going to see how hot each one of these gets to give you an idea. Now, obviously, if you're just doing general cooking use, you probably don't really care how hot it gets. You just want to make sure, you know, it boils your water or it cooks your food. So obviously, I'll do that in just a moment. But I do think it is important to know how hot it actually gets. So let's just test this out. So I'll give it a couple of minutes to warm up. Okay, so I can see these are both starting to glow red now. So I'm going to actually measure the temperature on them. Let's see what we get up to. So that's around 580 centigrade on the large one. On the smaller one, yeah, pretty much about the same, 560 centigrade on that one as well. So yeah, that's about equivalent to my actual cooker that's it's sitting on. So yeah, they're heating up to a really good temperature. Okay, so I've put 1 litre of water in each one of the pans. I'm going to turn the temperature up to maximum on both of the rings. And let's see how long it takes to boil 1 litre of water on the larger ring and the smaller one. So I'm going to set a stopwatch now, and I'll come back in just a moment and we'll see how quickly that boiled. Okay, so this is actually quite surprising. As you can imagine, first of all, the larger ring boiled it quicker. It took 3.5 minutes to get that pan to this stage here. You can see it's just starting to boil. If I measure the temperature of it, yeah, 82. It's just coming up to boiling. It's about 30 or 40 seconds away. And the smaller pan is just starting to bubble now, just very slightly. So again, that's going to take just a few seconds more and that will be done. So let's say 4 minutes for that one, and I'm going to say 5 minutes for that one in total. So pretty impressive. So all in all, it works really well. Are there any negatives to this though? And I'm going to say yes, there is two things. I'm not going to call them negatives, but it's certainly things they could improve on. So first of all, you can see I've turned these both off now, and the actual outer casing is very hot. I mean, it is really, really hot. If you think of a normal cooker, the outside of it doesn't usually get that hot, but this, I can't even touch that. So also, what I would suggest, it would be really great. Yes, we've got the red lights here to say when it's on. I would suggest that when it's cooling down, it had a red light or a warning somewhere to let everybody know that this is still quite warm, and those are definitely scalding hot. It does take quite a while to cool down, so I do wish there was some sort of warning. As you can see now, if I walked up to this, I wouldn't know that's on, and they are absolutely scalding. So yes, they get really hot. Yes, it performs really well. It's a nice small little unit. It's going to be perfect for, you know, a caravan, a motorhome, a student accommodation. Maybe even camping if you've got one of these portable generators that you can plug a mains operated item into. It would be good for that. So yeah, I think it's really good. Like I say, it does smoke longer than the actual warning says. 5-minute warning. It definitely took more like 15 to 20 minutes to stop smoking. It powers up very, very quickly. 2,500 watts, performs really, really well. I just wish it had a bit more of a safety warning just to let people know that this is still cooling down and it could still be hot. Obviously, it has the warning symbol there, but I think it should have a light here saying cooling down or still hot, something like that. Be great if you turn these off, they went out and another light stayed on. But generally, it works really, really well. Yeah, quite happy with it. 2,500 watts certainly performs well. It boils 1 litre of water in, well, under 5 minutes. It's pretty impressive.